Before, I haven't really gotten to the part where this is going to be very interesting, because I know you're still waiting for the aligned investment options. I'm getting there. But I just want to, mention a few things, just give you some tips before we get started. So before you can start investing, I need you to do this. The first thing that you need to do is to maintain a 6-month fully funded emergency fund account. Now, what is an emergency account? It's essentially an account that warehouses funds that you won't need in cases, all right? Because you don't want to be caught unawares. Like we had said, investment is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not something that you put your funds into today and then the next minute you want to take it back. Do you understand? The next minute you want to take it back. So many people who lost money in stock market, for instance, lost because they sold. They needed the money, that's why they sold. And there is this saying that you only lose when you sell your investment. All right, so Bitcoin has crashed to, I don't know, maybe $44,000 now, right? And then a lot of people are, running from pillar to post. They don't even know what to do anymore, right? Because it's very volatile. And so they are thinking that they have lost, but you have not lost until you've sold your position, right? Because the next minute it can rise up again to $60,000, all right? So the only people that will be patient to wait till when Bitcoin will rise to $60,000, right, is those, or are those rather, that already have something that is taking care of their necessities and not the investments. Do you understand? Not the investment. Because a lot of people have committed suicide because they invested in something that is very volatile, right? And it's very risky, but because they want to make quick bucks, they decided to put their funds there. And this fund is actually meant for maybe school fees, for instance, or something that is of a necessity, right? And then they put their funds, for instance, if you put your children's school fees in Bitcoin, that's not the way to go about it, right? Or you put your children's school fees in stock market, you're doing the wrong thing, all right? So you need to maintain a 6-month fully funded emergency fund account. How do you do this? You need to identify how much you spend on a monthly basis. So if you are the man, the breadwinner of the family, although these days there are ladies that are now breadwinners, unfortunately. So if you're the breadwinner of the family, right? You have to determine how much you spend on the family every month. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you spend about $1,000. I speak in dollars. Okay, so please get used to it. Let's say you spend about $1,000. So it means you need at least $6,000 in an emergency fund account before you can start investing aggressively. All right, $6,000 saved, stashed away in an emergency fund account. If you live in Nigeria, I would advise that you keep those funds in dollars and not in naira. Keep your 6 months emergency fund accounts in dollars and not in naira, right? So that the exchange rate does not wipe out, the value of your currency. The second one is map out your financial goals. Many people invest, they don't know why they're investing, right? The vehicle that you're using to invest is your desk, what's it called? The vehicle that you're using to invest is the asset. So for instance, if you're investing in Bitcoin, it's an asset. If you're investing in mutual funds, it's an asset. If you're investing in your business, it's an asset, right? But your financial goal is the destination, right? So if you're investing in Bitcoin, you need to ask yourself, why are you investing in Bitcoin? By the way, I don't have a position on Bitcoin. I don't invest in Bitcoin. I don't invest in any cryptocurrency, all right? And that's because, I'm not comfortable with it, all right? And again, it's a personal decision. It doesn't have to be your own decision. And it's also not in line with my portfolio requirements at the moment. I don't want anything that is too volatile in my portfolio, right? So if, for instance, you're planning to get a home in 2 or 3 years, your dream home in Lekki, right? And let's say it costs about $50,000, okay? It probably won't make a lot of sense to put down funds in cryptocurrency, right? Because this is something that you've been planning for so many years, right? And cryptocurrency is very volatile. It's very volatile. Like they say, only invest something that you're going to lose. You can afford to lose, right? In an investment that is as volatile as cryptocurrency. So map out your financial goals. What it is that you want to achieve. Could it be that you're saving towards your children's education in 18 years, in 20 years? Could it be that you're saving, investing, right, towards starting a business, for instance? Could it be that you're saving or investing towards going for Hajj? It could be anything, right? And I usually recommend 3 financial goals in a year, right? Because you want to be laser focused on things that will move the needle, right? I see people do so many things, right? Too many things. And at the end of the day, these things degenerate into lazy daydreams. They don't achieve anything at the end of the day. Just focus on 3. It's okay. It's enough. 3 financial goals in a year. That's okay. Okay. So map out your investment goals. All right. 3, fine. Just 3. It's okay. Not more, not less. Now, another thing that you also need to do. So many people don't do this. If you are coming to me as a coach and you want to invest, there are certain questions that I'm going to ask before I can start recommending some investment options to you, right? So that's why we said learn about investing. You need to know your risk tolerance. So what's your risk tolerance? That's your natural disposition towards taking risk. Are you that person that when you hear that something bad has happened, you don't want to go to that vicinity? You are just scared, like you're scared, like you're literally shaking, like you can feel goosebumps, in your body. Are you that person? You're probably, I'm not saying that is who you are, but you're probably conservative, all right? So your natural disposition towards risk, there's some people, they just want to be okay with what they have, which is fine. They don't want to take unnecessary risk, which is okay. But that still doesn't mean that you can't invest, because there are investment options for people like yourselves. All right, like index funds. But there are some people, these guys are killing each other. Oh, they're stabbing themselves. They're like gunning themselves. That I want to see. I want to go there. Those are aggressive people. They're really aggressive. They are high risk takers. You understand what I'm saying? They are high risk. All right, high risk takers. Okay. And then, of course, there are people that are in between, moderates. So learn about investing, invest with other like-minded individuals, read books, attend sessions on online investments, and please have a construction of started a business. They have their own businesses. Some of them that are not running businesses sold their businesses to someone, right? But if you want to be a millionaire, you don't want to run a business, and you want to be a millionaire, you have to invest. Right? And I say millionaire, not in naira, but in dollars, because you can actually achieve, being a millionaire in dollars, right? There's a practical illustration that I normally give in some of my classes, that if you invested $1,000 in Amazon's IPO, initial public offer, 25 years ago, sorry, 25 now, because that was 1997. If you invested just $1,000 in Amazon's IPO 25 years ago, guess how much you're going to have today? Over $2.3 million. Just $1,000. You did not have any money. You left that $1,000 for 25 years. You are going to be walking away with over $2.3 million. All right. So it's investing that can achieve that for you. So that's why I said it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's not something that you expect to, build over, overnight. You have to be patient to watch your money grow when you're investing. All right.